We were told a lot about what to expect during that trial that never seemed to materialize, especially about that videotape that has now been released that was shown to the jurors in court. We were told ahead of time by his team, his supporters, that would completely vindicate him. And if anything, it's done the opposite. It's shown that the jurors did get it right. Now, turning to the idea of an appeal, keep in mind that an appeal has less to do with the actual evidence presented in court, because the finders of fact are the jurors, and it has more to do with the decisions made by the judge. Now, I imagine those who are in support of his appeal are going to point to the fact that 3 female black jurors were dismissed ahead of time and say that alone somehow violated his civil rights. I think that is going to be a very difficult hill to climb with the appellate court, because the prosecutors did a good job of outlining how they had very legitimate reasons that were race neutral for challenging those jurors, that they were all educators. And it makes sense in a case like this when it had to do with students, and that the prosecution might not be all that favorable to people who worked in that field with young people sitting on the jury. And so the judge felt that was a reasonable race-neutral reason. I don't think there's any reason for the appellate court to challenge that or overturn that. So nothing stands out to me as being a very viable reason why they might prevail on appeal.
Especially when the Supreme Court has already ruled on the matter when it comes to the racial makeup. That doesn't guarantee you that you get a black juror there. I think a lot of the public feels that should be the case, but that's not legally where the court has ruled on that, Josh.